All right, Burgundy Gold Nation, before we get into this episode, I have to ask, man, please subscribe to this channel. This channel needs your support. We're going to build this channel from the ground up. I'm bringing you weekly Commander content. All you have to do is subscribe. And the best thing about subscribing, it's absolutely free. It won't cost you one penny. All right, Nation, let's get into it. All right, Burgundy Gold Nation, this is Commander Salk, and it's your boy, T-May, and I'm back in the building. Terry. Whew, man. This contract negotiation with Terry McLaurin is going left, and it's going left in a hurry. I'm starting to get a little worried, Nation. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm starting to worry a little bit. I don't know if you saw the interview Terry McLaurin did recently. He pretty much voiced his frustration with the team and let it be known to the world that he's frustrated. I mean, the team hasn't reached out to him in over a month as far as the contract negotiations. Now, how can you negotiate with somebody if they won't even talk to you? So that has me worried. Definitely has me worried. I mean, think about it. You on your gig and you want a raise. So you go to the main office or whatever, your supervisor, and you lay all your cards on the table and say, hey, I want a raise. But they won't even talk to you. They won't even discuss the raise with you. Now, how would that make you feel? To me, that's telling me that, all right, they're not interested. They're no longer interested in my services. And maybe that's what the Commanders are saying to Terry. But keep in mind, Terry is under contract. He has to report to camp. Camp starts July 22nd. And he has to report. So, and if he don't, he'll start losing pay. Now, Terry just got married. So, do you think his wife is going to let this man sit around and not get paid? Not happening. He's going to have to report to camp. That's the bottom line. So, that's why I think, to me, the Commanders right now, they have the upper hand in this. They have the upper hand. Yeah, you're going to miss Terry's services if he holds out. Sure. It's a 1,000-yard receiver, man. The chemistry with him and Jada Daniels is off the charts. You know, the chemistry is great. He's a stand-up guy. Terry is a true commander. He's the commander way. He's what you want your commanders to be. But it's a business. We all know this. It's a business. And Terry, he does not have the upper hand in this, man. The commanders do. Now, I'm going to tell you why they have the upper hand. Basically, Terry's under contract for next season. I'm sorry, this season he's under contract. 25 mil. He's under contract for next season too. Only he's making 5.6 mil next season. So that's why he wants the extension. So he can pretty much raise the money for next year and for the next 3 years. But it is a thing out there, ladies and gentlemen, called the franchise tag. The Commanders could put the franchise tag on Terry. And they could put that tag on him for 3 seasons. That's a long time. Okay, 3 seasons they could franchise tag Terry McLaurin. So you figure he's under contract for this season, 2025, and next season. And then franchise tag him for 3 seasons after that. Now, like I said, today, the franchise tag for wide receivers is 25 mil, 25.6, somewhere around there, mil per. You know, that's going to go up, of course, but not by much. It may go up to 27, 28, somewhere around there. And Terry is asking for 30 to 32. So the Commanders will be actually saving some money by just using the franchise tag on them. So the Commanders, man, they definitely have the upper hand in this situation. I honestly wish that they would just negotiate with this guy. I think it's just bad. It looks bad that you're not even talking to him. And he's a true commander. He's been here. He's the captain of one of the captains of the squad. He's been here the longest, man. The least you can do is talk to him. You don't even want to talk to him. So to me, that's just sad right there. That's just, to me, that's bad business. And what is that showing other teams, other players on the team, that you won't even talk to Terry McLaurin? Come on, man. That's crazy. At least negotiate with him. That's the least you can do. Negotiate with this guy, man. So, like I said, Terry, if they franchise him, franchise tag, put that on him for 3 seasons, that's 5 years from now. Terry's already 30. He'll be 34, 35 years old. So the Commanders really don't have to do much in this situation, but just place the tag on him. Now, like I said before, I wouldn't do that, man. I would negotiate with Terry because Terry is definitely a stand-up guy. So I don't know, man. I don't think Terry is going to hold out. I think he's going to report to camp. I know he's frustrated. I get that, but it is what it is, man. This is a business. This is the NFL. Not the NFL stands for what? Not for long. So if you want to be a commander, he's going to have to show up, man. You know, keep his mouth shut and play ball. He's doing the right thing by, venting his frustrations to the world, and he's hoping that this will be leverage for the Commanders to come to the table. But at the same time, they really don't have to come to the table, man. They really don't. So we'll see what happens. July 22nd, the start of the veterans have to report to camp, and we'll see if Terry is going to show. Do I think he's going to show? I'm not sure. Man. I think Terry will show up for camp. I really do. I don't think he's going to hold out. I don't think he wants that smoke. I don't think he want to go down that road. I think he's going to show up. He's going to be unhappy when he show up. But, dude, the man is under contract. 25 mil. 25.6 to be exact. He's under contract. It's not like he's playing for peanuts, man. That's a nice chunk of change. So I think Terry's gonna have to just bite the bullet on this one and hope that the squad wanna negotiate with him and give him an extension for next year. Now next year he'll be making 5.6. Now yeah, of course that's a ripoff, right? that's a ripoff for the Commanders, but he signed the deal. So, hopefully they have a whole year, really. They have until next offseason to deal with this. If they don't want to deal with it right now, they don't have to. They can deal with it next season. He's under contract. He has to come out and play ball, or he's going to lose pay. So, and like with his new wife at home, she's not having that. She's not having it. So, I don't know if you saw the interview. I can't play it. I can play some clips of it. What I'm going to do is play some clips for you. But in this interview, it kind of hurt my heart, man, to see Terry like that. Man, it looked like the dude was about to cry or something, man. I was like, oh, Terry, listen, man. Stand firm. Stand 10 toes down. Don't, you look kind of weird in this video. I understand his frustration. He wants to be a commander. He wants to be here. But, the video to me just wasn't a good look. I didn't like it. It made him look a little like he was kind of begging. In the video, dry begging is what they call it. But I don't know, man. So listen, I'm going to play this clip for you right here. And this is Terry. This is Terry basically venting his frustration. Check this out.
Yeah, I've been pretty frustrated. I'm not going to lie. Everything that has transpired up until this point has just been disappointing and frustrating. I've wanted to continue my career here. I've created my life here. My wife and I have bought our first home here, so this has been somewhere where I've always wanted to be, and just to see how things have played out has been disappointing. Obviously, I understand everything's a business, but at the same time, I want to put myself in a position where I'm valued and I feel appreciated and things like that, and unfortunately that hasn't transpired the way I wanted to. So I'm just trying to take things day by day, and at the beginning of this process, I honestly just wanted to, for things to work out, and I thought things were going to kind of be more progressive than they have.
As you can see right there, man, Terry obviously is frustrated, man. He's frustrated. He wants a new deal, and I can understand why. This guy is a top receiver in the game, one of the top receivers. You could say, you can argue top 5. I wouldn't put him that high. I would say, somewhere around 8 through 5, somewhere around there, in my book, in my opinion. That's why I would put Terry. So obviously he's frustrated. He's making 25 mil this season, 25.6. And like I said before, that's really not a bad deal for Terry, man. I think if I had to sign him today, I would probably give him somewhere around 30 to 32, something like that. So, and 32 from 25, that's a big deal. That's a big deal for sure. So in this next clip right here, man, I want to play this clip right here for you. Terry, again, he's basically saying that the team has not negotiated with his people in over a month. They haven't touched bases in over a month. Check this out.
There has to be some active discussions, what I mean? Like I said, we haven't talked in over a month, and obviously with camp around the corner, it's becoming a little bit of crunch time. And, obviously you want to be in a position where you're building to what we did last year, and Jaden and I continue to build along with the offense. And that was the thing, like before I took a step back, it was things were going great on the field, and the connection in the offense and the energy was just amazing. And so to see where it was then and where it's at now is definitely disappointing. So I don't necessarily know what happens next, but without any progressive discussions, it's kind of hard to see how I step on the field. So I'm just trying to take it day by day, honestly, and I know the value that I bring. And again, I understand that there's a whole business and things like that, but I know that I'm going to continue to play at a high level. The Lord has blessed me to stay healthy up until this point. I haven't missed a game in 5 years.
Now, haven't touched bases in over a month? That's weird. That's weird to me. Come on, Adam Peters and the guys, what are y'all doing? In a month? Come on, man. What up with that? That's crazy. Listen, man. You guys got to do better. Front office, you got to do better. You can't treat this guy like this. He's a commander, man. A true commander. Drafted guy. He's been there. He's been a stand-up guy. The commander's way. You have to do better, man. You can't go out like this with Terry McLaurin. How would that look in the eyes of the other players, the other draft picks? Jaden Daniels. How's that going to look? That's not cool, man. So in this next clip right here, this one right here is a little sad too for me, but it's saying, and I hear what he's saying. He's basically saying he has to stand firm, basically, on what he believes and his worth. Check this out.
I'm asking for, and I'm willing to stand firm on that. And you just kind of got to see where it goes from there. They feel how they feel, and I feel how I feel. You hope you can come to some sort of understanding and common ground. I'm not a combative person, but I am someone who's going to stand on my worth and know what I bring to a team. Not because of, I feel that way, it's because what I've proven year and year and year, and what I know I will continue to prove, Lord willing, to keep me healthy as I've been. And, the tough part is just missing the time and feeling like you've missed out on building with your teammates and your quarterback and the new additions. And each team and each year is different. So when I feel like, I'm a missing piece of that, I feel like that definitely affects the team, and hearing from my teammates and see how they feel. They're confused as well. So it's just not a lot of clarity, At the end of the day, I just want clarity, If they don't feel like I'm part of their future, then okay, just tell me that. I'm a grown adult, I can handle hard truths.
Now I'm gonna play one more clip for you. And in this clip right here, the reporter asked Terry about Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver from the Jets. He just got an extension, just got paid. My man just got paid. The reporter asked Terry how he feel about that, and here's what Terry had to say, man. Check this out.
Yeah, I think, first of all, Garrett Wilson deserves what he was paid, I know I'm a little biased being a Buckeye, but he's a great player, and he brings a lot to his team, and he's fought through adversity as well. And I feel like that his team, not only from the past regime, but the new regime that they have now, they honor and they see that, and they see what he brings to the team, and they compensate him as such. And so I can't really speculate on how that necessarily affects me. He's different than I am, but at the end of the day, what top receivers are compensated in today's NFL, wide receiver ones, I feel like I am that. And I feel like that has displayed itself not only just this cycle of receivers who have signed, but last year, and I know I'm in that category. And so it's just a matter of seeing if it makes sense for myself and if the team feels like it makes sense for them. But, it's hard to say how that transpires from here. But I know I'm deserving of what I'm asking for, and I'm willing to stand firm on that. And you just kind of got to see where it goes from there.
So Terry's seeing my man Garrett Wilson for the Jets. The Jets is handing out paper, and I think they just signed their corner too to an extension. So the Jets are signing dudes right now, and we're not. So that's a little discouraging, man. I understand what he's going through right now. So Garrett Wilson just signed a 4-year deal worth $130 million. It's an extension. Now, this extension will make him one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. $90 million of this deal is guaranteed. That's an average of $32.5 million per. That's probably where Terry wants to be, somewhere in that ballpark. Now, where does this deal make as far as the wide receivers in the game? Highest paid wide receivers in the game. We would just rank Garrett Wilson. All right, let's check out the numbers, man. So we got Jamar Chase. He's making $43.3 million. Justin Jefferson, $35 million. CeeDee Lamb, $34 million. DK Metcalf, $33 million. And then Garrett Wilson's coming in next at $32.5 million. Now, is Garrett Wilson worth that? Is he a top 5 wide receiver in the game? I don't know. I can't call that one. I think he's a really good wide receiver, but top 5 money for a top 5 guy. But listen, none of that matters. The Jets believe in him, so the Jets paid him. They paid him. That's why, the Jets believe in this guy. So let's look at his numbers, man. 2022 is a rookie. He had 83 receptions for 1,103 yards, 4 touchdowns. 2023, 95 receptions, 1,042 yards, 3 touchdowns. And last season, 2024, 101 receptions for 1,104 yards and 7 touchdowns. He has a PFF grade of 78.9. Now, if you look at those numbers are very similar to a guy we all know, Terry McLaurin. Very similar. Right around 1,000 yards, single-digit touchdowns. Very familiar to Scary Terry's numbers, man. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at Terry's numbers. Let's take a look at them. 2019, 58 receptions. That was his rookie season. 919 yards, 7 touchdowns. 2020, 87 receptions, 1,118 yards, 4 touchdowns. 2021, 77 receptions, 1,053 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2022, 77 receptions, 1,191 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2023, 79 receptions for 1,002 yards, 4 touchdowns. 2024, with Jaden Daniels as quarterback, 82 receptions, 1,096 yards, and 13 touchdowns. A PFF grade of 79.2. Those numbers are very similar to Garrett Wilson. So I think Terry should probably, if they extend him, he should fall somewhere around that 32 mil per. He should. Right around there. Very similar stats. Now, I don't know what the Commanders are going to do. I don't know. What would you do? Nation, would you give Terry an extension, or would you just play it out, let him finish this season, and then negotiate with him next season? Or would you just wait, play it out, and slap the franchise tag on him? Those are your options. Re-sign him now, wait a year, re-sign him then, or slap the franchise tag on him. Now, the one thing about that franchise tag, though, we have a terrible history with it. Kirk Cousins, Brandon Sheriff, it never worked out well for us. That was the old regime. I get it. And they didn't know what they were doing in the front office. Now we do have a front office that know what they're doing. So I have trust in them. And I think what they're going to do, I think they're going to probably re-sign Terry, but they are in no hurry to do so because he's under contract. That's the key. He's under contract. So what does this deal mean for Scary Terry? It basically sets the bar for his negotiations. Garrett Wilson's deal sets the bar. If they were negotiating at a certain level and they were way off, this deal right here, Garrett Wilson deal, should put them on track. This deal should put them in this. This is set the bar for Terry McLaurin. Basically, this is what happened. So now, if the Commanders come to the table, we got to get them to the table first. If they come to the table, we can start at around 30 to 32 and go from there, man. That's the bottom line. So, but like I said before, I don't think he's going to miss camp. I think he's going to show up. I don't think Terry's that type of guy. He can be, but we'll see if he's not. I think if he want to stand firm, he want to stand 10 toes down, then he probably won't show. And the Commanders may have to move on without him. That's the plan B. We may have to move on without him. We may have to trade Terry, and just move on. We still have Debo. Luke McCaffrey might just step up. We got Jaden Lane, the rookie. We put him in the slot. And with Jaden Daniels as the quarterback, man, I have total faith in our offense still being a dominant offense, even without Terry. I hate to say it. I know a lot of Commanders fans don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want Terry back. But this is a business. This is the NFL. And the Commanders got to do what the Commanders got to do, basically. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. 2026, 2027, 2028. Terry will be a little older, and they may not want to deal with it. They may just ride it out and deal with Terry that way. All right, so let's switch gears for a second. We had some bad news with Terry, Let's get some good news. Washington Redskin legend, Art Monk. That's my guy. He's going to get his number retired. He's going to get his number retired November 2nd in the game against the Seattle Seahawks. And in that game, the Commanders would be wearing the alternate uniforms. And so to honor Art Monk, that number 81 is going to get retired. That's huge, man. I'm so happy with this regime, this new ownership, how they retire numbers. They don't reserve numbers like in the past. They retire numbers, and that's a big difference. You can reserve numbers all you want, but the retire numbers and the honor guys while they're still around, it is what it is. While they're still here, you honor them then. Man, that's huge, man. Shout out to Art Monk, man. I'm happy for this guy. Hall of Famer. This guy was a stand-up Washington Redskin for years, and to me, the dude was a walking first down. Third down, you need a first down, you go to Art Monk. He's going to get you the first down, period. He's done it time and time again. Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. So let's read some of this article right here for the Washington Post, man. Washington will honor Art Monk during the November 2nd game against the Seattle Seahawks. Also, this will be the first game that the team will wear their throwback alternate burgundy gold uniforms. Man, that's going to be incredible to see, man. I can't wait to see this night. This is going to be incredible. Now, Art Monk retired in 1995, and at the time, he was the all-time leading receiver. But now, in 2025, he's ranked 24th on the list. He got surpassed by a bunch of dudes, but Art Monk was a monster, man. He also set the single-season record with 106 receptions in 1984. He's a three-time Super Bowl champion, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2008. He's a Hall of Famer. He wears the gold jacket. That's right. He wears the gold jacket. This is great news, man. This right here, I love what this new ownership is doing. They taking care of the old guys, man. Art Monk and all these guys. I still want to see some more numbers retired. And I'm sure they're going to get to it. I think they're going to probably try to retire a number every season until until the old guys are honored, man. All the old Redskins are honored. All the guys that they think should be retired. I think they're going to do it. No more reserving numbers like in the past. They're just going to retire these numbers, man. I'm so happy to hear this, man. This is great news for the nation. It's great news for the team. Great news for the fan base. Everybody, man. This is great. I love this right here. All right, nation, man. This is the end of this episode, man. I appreciate y'all for chiming in. Man, get that comment section. Let me know. Are you frustrated with this Terry McLaurin standoff, holdout possibly, contract negotiations? Are you frustrated with this, or are you all right with this right now? Right now, I'm a little frustrated because they just won't come to the table, man. To me, that's a slap in the face to this guy, and that's just not cool in my book, man. Also, man, if you could bang that like button, bang the notification bell, please subscribe. This channel needs your support, and if you can, please donate to the machine. If you mention this episode, I owe you a drink, baby. Salute.